Hi, today is art tutorial making day, and I'm going to show you how to make a Lite-Brite portrait similar to this one. Could be of you as an icon, or one of your friends, or something like that. Or it can be any picture, really, that you want. I'll show you how you might do that. Okay, so first of all, what Lite-Brite do you use? I would recommend you use something like one of these that says Oval HD. Not the regular Lite-Brite like when I was a kid where they were in a grid pattern, but see how these are the one row and then the next row is offset to it, and the next row is offset to that. It makes a tighter pattern, and that's I think why they call it HD. And so one of these is the way you want to go. This one I got a couple years ago on sale around the holidays for maybe like 15 bucks or so. It has 660 pieces in it. Now, when I was making my portrait, I found that I ran out of white pieces because maybe they used perhaps all 660 pieces in their sample pictures. So what you might want to pick up, which is what I did also, is a Lite-Brite refill pack kit. So this one had 1260 pieces in it, um, and that gave me a lot more pegs. The pegs come in bags where they're not separated out by color, so that is up to your inner Virgo to separate them all out like I did here into these little dishes, because I recommend you do that first before you start trying to put in and then have to like find the color and then put the peg in and then find it and put it in. I found it easier to separate them all. Okay. The other tip that I have for you is I found another couple. See this Elf in the Shelf one? Well, probably wasn't that popular, or they were trying to get rid of them after Christmas. Because I got this one for only 10 bucks, and this will have a nice rectangular frame. And then the other one I found also online was this Barbie one. See, this Barbie one has 1,000 pieces in it, and it's for sale for like 15 bucks. Um, it doesn't have the green, and it does have this red color. So I don't know. Think about that if you're thinking about colors or materials. Here's what the Barbie ones look like. All right, cool. So you got your materials. You got a Lite-Brite that maybe you ordered on sale online. You got the HD one. You might got some extra pegs, or you might just wait and see. Maybe you won't need them. And then what do? Well, first off, throw away their templates. I mean, don't throw away the templates. What you're gonna do is use one of the templates, but I think I used it upside down, so you couldn't even see their colors in it. It comes as a black piece of paper that you put behind the grid, and that's what you poke the pegs into, in case you never played with the Lite-Brite as a kid. Okay. Next, you might be wondering, all right, how do I make my own template? And for that, I used AI. Specifically, I used Canva. I know a lot of people use Canva for a lot of things, and I also find it's super helpful. I don't have a paid account, I just have a free account. But here, let me show you what I how I got my image into a template. Okay, first off, where did I get my image from? Well, my image happens to be my clown character for our astrological fringe theater troupe. And I have this character, his name is Zed0, and I just started with this image. So I already had a picture of myself that I just took with my iPhone and cropped so that it looked something kind of like this. And then from there, my friend Andy made this really cool piece of artwork that took this picture and she transformed it into a beaded icon of me, that picture, which is an amazing piece of artwork. And I decided to start from there. And then I uploaded this picture to Canva. And then I opened up a new logo design. See how it says untitled design logo? And then I opened up the chat and said, at Canva, make a latch hook rug template from the face inside the circle in this pic. Like literally, that is all I did. And it came up with this thing, which I think is super cool and awesome. And the reason I asked it to make a latch hook rug template instead of a Lite-Brite template is because I was and am going to make a latch hook rug out of this as well. But that is what it is. I'm just showing you what I did, and I'm sure that using this same, thing, like you could go to Dolly directly and start chatting there and upload a photo and or have it. Maybe you can't upload photos. I don't know. Maybe with Dolly, you just describe to it the photo you want to create and say make a Lite-Brite template or a latch hook template and see what it comes up with because it might be kind of cool. This is what I used and it worked pretty good to get me to where I was going. And next, what I did was I took the picture from Canva and downloaded it locally so that I could transform it into something I needed for working on it in the real world. Something like this. This is what I made next. Okay? And this is going to be what was the template, and then I'm going to move from here onto something that I used on the Lite-Brite itself. But first off, how did I get this? This you'll see I put some grids on because I wanted to be able to count things and make sure it would fit on my Lite-Brite. So let me show you how I did that. Okay, here on the left is Zed0.2.png, which is what I had downloaded off of Canva. And then what I wanted to create was something like this, which had the grid lines on it, so that I could count and make sure that it was going to fit okay in my Lite-Brite. And how did I make those lines? Well, it's pretty straightforward. If you open this up in preview on the Mac, you have this show markup toolbar button. Show that, and then I picked a certain color, the blue color for the fill, and the same blue color for the border. I set a size for my pen, and then I chose the line, and when you choose a line, one will show up. You can stretch it out. Now see, it goes up and down, but if you want to constrain it to just going sideways, you hold down the shift key as you're dragging the thing. So I dragged it further than I needed on both sides. I do Command C to copy, Command V to paste. Move that thing down. I counted 10, something like that, and then do that a couple times, and you'll make yourself a grid. Now, yeah, I pasted one of them, just swung it around from horizontal to vertical to start the vertical grid. Uh, and yeah, you get the idea here, huh? Um, what else do I say about that? Yeah, so my picture, which was, as you see here, 10, 20, 30, 40, 45 or so, fit okay on my Lite-Brite. Um, so just use that as a guideline if it helps. All right, so next, now that I have the thing with the grids, I printed it out on my printer, which, as you can see, seems to be run out of red ink because it just printed all the purple blue. But hey, I didn't really need it in color, so that was cool and fine. Then what I did was hold it up to I took a regular piece of paper, I held it up to the light, and kind of drew, as you can see, just with a pencil, kind of where the eyes were going to be, where the nose was, where the hood was, and lips, because I wanted to get a kind of good idea that again, is going to fit well, and to start putting the pegs in so that I would get the right picture. As you can see, I poked through a bunch of them, right? So I can't show you on the one that's already made, but here's the one from the Elf on the Shelf, the frame. I cut or I put the um, thing up to the Lite-Brite, right, and just started poking the pins in to kind of figure out how it was going to look. And I kind of peg it down there. And started a row and started going along the edges. So you can see when I showed you the back, like how many things I poked in. But I wanted to make sure that the eyeballs were in the right place, or the pupils were in the right place, that the eyeball was about right, the nose was in the right place, and the mouth, the beard line. And then because it was on the oval one, I also made sure that the oval was going to look good. And so, you get the idea. Start poking it in, and what that's going to do is allow you to eventually, once you got enough of them in, you can start taking the paper off and poking the pin back in the hole where the paper was. And as you do that, you start to transfer over onto the actual Lite-Brite itself. And so once I had enough of those, see, like about that many of them in here, I just kind of did the rest by eye, to make the picture look like the character was supposed to look like. Um, I think you'll get the idea too of just draw, fill in the picture, get the outlines there, and then do some experimentation. At first I didn't have um, this much around the edge as a border, and as the picture developed, I'll show you a sequence of pictures of kind of how it developed and went along. And I guess it's kind of done now, although, see, the problem is there are no black Lite-Brite pegs, right? So these are just blank. So is that better than having used blue for black? I think so. But my friend Andy had another idea, which was to spray paint some Lite-Brite pegs and then just stick them in, spray painted black. That I think might be a better idea, and I might end up trying that. So not too tough, but it comes out as a cool, iconic art project. Um, Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.